What is up, everyone? Volathis here, and last night was the live stream for the Letter from the Producer Live 51, and of course this is focused on Shadowbringers. I didn't really have a chance to watch it, but thankfully we have an article here from GamerEscape, and it says it's by Fusion X. Link will be in the description. Go ahead and check them out, give them a like and share and all that. So let's go over the things that were discussed here. So with the Fate system, well, I guess it says here first, gameplay adjustments. The Fate system is going to have new rewards other than XP and additional requirements to get certain rewards. And a unique token system is going to be added to be exchanged for rewards at specialty shops here. And obviously this will be a great change. For me, the Fate system has been pretty stagnant, and it's been something that I don't really touch unless I have to, but depending on the rewards we're going to be getting from here, there's definitely more incentive to get involved with Fates. And side quests here, all the 5.0 side quests can be started at level 70. Enemies are going to be scaled to the player level when accepting these quests, and obviously they want it for leveling on multiple jobs. It's something I've used too along the way. And they're adding role quests here. There's 4 sets of them, and they're focused on retracing the journey of the first fallen heroes. There's physical DPS, magical DPS, tank, and healer. So I assumed with the range you'll be in the physical. One quest line must be completed to advance the main scenario. So you will have to start these, and new jobs will have quests from level 60 to 70, and all the current jobs will have a new quest available at level 80. And then for the crafting and gathering, there's going to be 5 sets of new quests added. These are centered around the Crystorium, and it's a collective artisans here. For the crafters, it's going to be foraging, crafting, and nourishment, while the gatherers is gathering and fishing. And hone your skills to progress the story of the crystalline mean, and you get to learn about the world and the lore of the first. And then we have some UI changes here. I'm going to go ahead and click the image here. So they're adding what looks to be, you can either pick the dark skin, which is the default, or switch it over to the light skin. So if you're looking for a lighter UI, there's that option. Always welcomed. I think for me it would probably depend on which one. I think I'll stick to the dark for now, but maybe later on I'll switch around with the light and see how much I like that. All the UI elements are going to be expanded. Cross-world link shells have been expanded to 8 channels. I'm not sure what the current limit is at the moment. And for target display here, they're going to do more detail on the health percentage. So looks like we're going over one more decimal point. So now you can tell if you wipe at 0.1% instead of just 1%. Party list information is going to be updated. A housing furnishing placement preview has been added. That's great, because with housing items, I'm always wondering, what does this look like? Is it going to fit in my house? I'm curious how that's going to work, like what changes. They did link on here, we do have the job actions video as well as the benchmark. I'm not going to cover that in this video. As I upload them, I will have them in the description. I wanted to cover them separately. And then charge action system, make the system more versatile and can gain charges for later use. Charges will build until reaching the maximum limit, and they will gain additional charges as the recast timer cycles and charges are consumed. Nothing new to the MMO community, but let's see here. That says the same thing here. They have a skill. It looks like the Monk Wind Tackle, if I'm correct here, what they're showing. I could be wrong on that. It does look like a charge skill though. The casting interruption system, you can interrupt enemy actions to turn the tide of battle. PvE silence status will be incorporated to this new system, and actions can be interrupted, will be more easily discernible. I'm guessing what it means is it's going to have, it looks like Ram's voice has an outline here, so it's interruptible, and tanks and ranged DPS will receive role actions for these purpose. I'm assuming then too, with them pointing this out, I'm wondering if maybe raid mechanics in the future might require silence, but that's just speculation on my part. It says ranged DPS, so I'm not sure if that's, I'm assuming it's not going to cover casters. It's going to focus on the bard, machinist, and dancer, and of course the tanks. Removal of role action customization. They're going to be revised to set abilities. New role actions will automatically be obtained upon reaching the required level. The number of available actions will be adjusted. And then we have the examples here. So tanks are getting the highest here with 7. Healers, melee DPS, and physical range DPS get 6. And magical range DPS gets 4. I'm wondering if magical range DPS is still going to have 2 threat drops. The MP and TP system, so for those of you who don't know, it was announced that TP is going to be removed, and MP is only going to be capped at 10,000. It says the piety attribute is going to be adjusted, and it will still remain a stat that only affects healer roles, and of course this will affect actions that use TP. They won't be on there. Main attributes and materia. For this, the attribute for all accessories are going to be advised, and the main attribute materia, so that's like any +5 intellect and all the other main stats, are no longer going to be meltable. And the main attribute for increasing materia melted to existing equipment has been revised to have no beneficial effects, and you can no longer get these type of materias, and weekly token gear as well as savage accessories and belts now have 2 materia slots. The pet system, pets are no longer be affected by enemy attacks or PC actions. The pet actions are going to be removed from the pet bar, and pet actions are going to be recategorized as player actions, and actions designed for pets to function as tanks, Titan, and the Topaz Carbuncle for summoners is going to be revised. So for me, I already have some of the pet skills like on my action bar anyways, so really that's going to just get rid of a hotbar that I only use occasionally here. And it says here that there's going to be shared actions designed for multiple pets like Eggy Assault. I think that's already in game. Pretty sure it is, or there's an ability that's already similar to this, and they have examples for the summoner is Crimson Cyclone, Earthen Armor, and Aerial Slash. And there's some more battle changes here. There's going to be some changes to improve overall usability. Battle system calculations are going to be adjusted and changed. Chain bonuses will be removed from dungeons in order to standardize XP gain. So chain bonuses is basically if you kill a valid XP target, I believe it has to be your level or above, you get this chain bonus, and it slowly ticks down and it'll reset to a certain point if you keep killing enemies. Really, all this is going to change is that in a dungeon, everyone's going to get this same amount of XP from the enemies at the end. You're not gonna get this bonus if you clear it super fast. You're only gonna save time if you clear it super fast. Damage limit has been increased from 9,999 to 999,999. I totally said that wrong, but to account for future damage inflation. Obviously, that's necessary over time. Party bonus will be adjusted to account the number of players filling a given role. The rate that the limit gauge fills is going to be adjusted for 5.0 in later regions. I'm wondering if it's just with all these changes that it means we're probably going to be taking more attacks and they want to slow that down on the gauge, or how you get some gauge from people dying and getting rezzed. A very interesting here. The HP of barrier shielding a party member is going to be displayed. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, it's not going to enlarge here. but let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, that was too much. So right here we have a few examples on the hotbar or the party list. For this, we can see the Black Mage isn't at full health, but still has a barrier. And then we have a Scholar and Warrior that are healed and they're at full health. The Scholar has a higher shield for some reason. Maybe they got a crit low or something. Who knows? And then we have, they're going to be rebalancing player roles. And a lot of this, they're increasing the effectiveness of synergies between the effectiveness of certain synergies between jobs are being reduced. Debuffs for slashing, blunt, piercing are going to be removed, so you don't have to depend on this player composition in your party with certain classes. And I mean, it's in the right direction. This game has always been about, it doesn't matter who you bring class-wise, you should be able to clear the fight, just know the mechanics. Action values are going to be revised. We're going to get certain actions removed. And the synergy of the new dancer job will be emphasized. I'm not sure what they're meaning by that, because that would kind of negate the fact of the importance of bringing all, but we're just going off here. So tanks, adjustments will be made to account for the main tank and off tank roles. All 4 tank jobs will be viable as a main tank or off tank now. Tanks will possess defensive buffs that can be applied to all party members. Additional buffs designed for off tanks to support main tanks will be added. Tanks will also use buffs to enhance their defenses for a limited time. Obviously, job effectiveness may vary depending on player skill. Offensive stances are going to be removed. Players instead toggle tank stances on or off. So instead of just switching to a DPS now, it would be actually all the tanks have an offensive stance. So now all you have to do to go into tank stance is just go into tank stance, and if you don't want to be in it, you just switch it off. Tank stances, the damage dealt and reductions, max HP increased, or max HP increase effects will be removed. Only threat generation will be increased. So the damage dealt penalty has been removed, and the reduce in damage taken is removed. Okay, so it's adjustments will be made to emphasize the reduced damage received aspect of tanks. Enemy generating combos are going to be removed. Okay, the tank mastery trait will be added. All damage received reduced by 20. Bonuses to maximum HP and damage dealt on certain attributes will be granted. Okay, that seems a little bit confusing for me to decipher here, but main point, there's no more offensive stances. You're already an offensive stance by default, and if you want to go into tank stance, just go into it. Healers will be thoroughly rebalanced to emphasize a pure healing role. Protect is being removed, so not only have we lost Stone Skin, but we've lost Protect, so no more waiting on those buffs. New actions will be added to address gaps in healers' repertoire. White Mage will receive an instant heal to mitigate the cast times of other abilities. Scholar pet actions will be revised, while direct heals and barrier magics will be adjusted. Astrologian stance and card effects will be adjusted, and offensive actions will be reviewed. So probably some changes to the DPS abilities here. DPS roles, design concepts of more traditional mechanics are going to be revised. So Monk, Dragoon, Ninja, Samurai, Black Mage, and Red Mage are going to stay about the same, while Bard, Machinist, and Summoner, Machinist is going significant changes. Bard and Summoner's mechanics will be partly reworked. And then there was some other announcements here. We have a left-handed gaming device from, I hope I'm saying this right, Horai? It's a left-handed gaming device, And if you can see right here, actually I'll just zoom in a little bit. It just says Final Fantasy 14 Online there. It says here it's scheduled for a late 2019 release, and it's available in Japan, North America, and Europe. Yoshida helped give them input on how they should design it. There's no price at the moment, but they're trying to keep it under $100 US, and it'll be out, of course, before the end of the year. And then we have an Eorzean Symphony orchestra concert for 2019. We have a few the dates for it is going to be Saturday and Sunday of September 21st and 22nd. And for the Saturday, there will be an afternoon and evening one, and on Sunday there is an afternoon one, and it is in Pacifico Yokohama National Convention Hall. Not sure where that. I'm pretty sure that's a Japanese city, which makes sense. And then down below we have the benchmark trailer. So let me know what you guys think of these changes. Still quite curious about the changes they'll do in game here, but these all sound very positive, and it's gonna make the game even greater. I'm curious about the interruption system and all the other changes, but like I said, they all sound good. Obviously there's still a lot before Shadowbringers. We have about a month here, and I am just ready for this expansion to come out. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button as well as share this video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. With that being said, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.